Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Monday, the 18th of December, 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed down just a touch to 7,426 points following a weaker lead from Wall Street over the weekend. Plenty of deals around today. Barrow Group has teamed up with listed US building materials company CRH to make a $2.1 billion takeover bid for cement company Adbury. Japanese financial services giant Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group made a bid for Link Group for $1.2 billion, and Stockland will pay Lend-Lease up to $1.3 billion to buy 12 master-planned communities. Anyway, back to the market. Among the large caps, the interest rate-sensitive real estate investment trusts did worst, while consumer staples and utilities, which are not particularly interest rate sensitive, sold off. Consumer discretionary and healthcare stocks did best. There wasn't a huge amount going on. Telstra and Coles were both off 1%, while Santos was down 1.6%. REA Group jumped more than 2%. Story number 2, well worth a mention today, is Azure Minerals. The Western Australian lithium explorer has been in the spotlight from potential bidders for months. In fact, its share price is up 1,600%, 1,600% this year. And today it went into a trading halt, and the company said there will be a material update from the $1.6 billion takeover bid from a Chilean group, SQM. Also worth a mention, Neuren Pharmaceuticals. It jumped nearly 30% today after it told investors that a phase 2 trial of its drug for Phelan-McDermid syndrome, that's a genetic condition that causes developmental and speech delays, behavioural problems, and a weakened or lack of ability to feel pain and sweat. It said that its phase 2 results had shown promising results, hence the surge in its share price. Story number 3, the Albanese government has ended the year by reasserting Labor's electoral lead over the coalition amid a modest rebound in support, but it will head into 2024 with voters unimpressed by Anthony Albanese's performance as Prime Minister. An exclusive news poll conducted for The Australian shows Labor's primary vote lifting 2 points to 33% in the past 3 weeks following resolution of the immigration detainee disaster, which saw its stocks fall last month to their lowest level since the election. The coalition's primary vote fell 2 points to 36%. This has resulted in a 4-point turnaround in a two-party preferred vote to have Labor leading again, 52 to 48%. But voters are less confident about Mr Albanese's leadership, with the Prime Minister ending the year in negative territory, -9, net -9, with more voters dissatisfied with his performance than they are with opposition leader Peter Dutton. He's at -8. Neither of them look that good. Voters aren't happy. Story number 4, oil prices climbed further over the past 24 hours, but still crude is down about 25% over the past 3 months. What's happened is that OPEC Plus, the big oil producers led by Saudi Arabia and Russia, has announced huge cuts in oil output. That's about 2.2 million barrels a day they've cut or announced that they will be cutting over the past couple of months. But other non-OPEC Plus producers, the US, Brazil, Iran, Guyana, they've boosted oil output. In fact, OPEC Plus now produces about 51% of the world's oil, its lowest level since the Plus was added to OPEC back in 2016. That's when Russia joined. Otherwise, gold is trading around $2,020 an ounce, Bitcoin's at $41,000 a unit, and the Aussie dollar is buying above 67 US cents. And story number 5, Israeli forces launched deadly attacks up and down the Gaza Strip in recent days, hitting a refugee camp in the north, a hospital in the south, and killing a teenage girl who had lost her leg in an earlier strike, according to Palestinian officials, media, and eyewitnesses. Israeli strikes on the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza killed 90 Palestinians over the weekend, Gaza's health ministry spokesperson told Reuters. Another missile attack on a house belonging to the Shihab family killed 24 people. In central Gaza, medics said 12 Palestinians had been killed and dozens wounded, while in Rafah in the south, an Israeli airstrike on a house left at least 4 people dead. The Israeli government said it is operating against militant targets and it is taking extraordinary measures to avoid hitting civilians. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 18th of December, 2023. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning with a Tuesday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.